Project-based learning has been proposed by many educators and researchers as one teaching method in which students gain knowledge and skills by working for an extended period of time to investigate and respond to an authentic, engaging, and complex questions, problem, or challenges. The old school way of passively learning facts and reciting them out of context is no longer sufficient to prepare students to survive in today's world. Solving highly complex problems requires that students have both fundamental skills, reading, writing, and math, and 21st century skills, which is teamwork, problem solving, research gathering, time management, information synthesizing, utilizing high-tech tools. So with this combination of skills, students become directors and managers of their learning process, guided and mentored by a skilled teacher. Absolutely. It allows students to demonstrate his or her capabilities while working independently. It shows the student's ability to apply desired skills, such as doing research. It develops the child's ability to work with his or her peers, building teamwork and group skills. Madrasah Teknonatura has been experimenting with project-based learning since 2004. They have devised 5 kinds of projects, which are science project, engineering project, art and design project, social project, and entrepreneurship project. In this popular film, the students present to you how do they do STEAM project-based learning working off science projects. Please enjoy. STEAM education is an industrial 4.0 education system that implements project-based learning. Project-based learning is a learning process carried out by doing a project. In the project, students can learn several things that exist in the project they are working on. For example, mathematics, science, engineering, art, business, and media.
So what you gonna do this week?
So this week, we're going to do a science project, so let's check it out.
Oke, masalah yang akan kita bahas minggu ini adalah perubahan iklim dunia dan emisi karbon dioksida serta peran tanaman sebagai karbon sink. Jadi tanaman yang akan kita pakai minggu ini adalah Dryobalanops. Dryobalanops ini akan kita gunakan sebagai sumber karbon sink dan juga dalam upaya pelestarian dan reforestasi. Nah, Dryobalanops ini akan kita perbanyak dengan cara cloning. Pertanyaannya adalah, kenapa kita harus melakukan pelestarian dan reforestasi? Dan bagaimana cara agar proyek yang kita lakukan ini bisa berhasil? Silahkan kalian coba cari di internet.
Climate change causes shifts. The shifts cause frequent and intense drought. Storms, heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans. And the largest carbon dioxide emissions arise from deforestation. Indonesia's high release of greenhouse gases is mainly due to forestry. To prevent it from happening, Indonesia plans to reduce its carbon emission by 41% by the year 2030. Indonesia has to plant at least 8,000 kilometers per year. There is need to produce 640 million trees per year for planting. Therefore, it is very important for us to start reforestation. And the tree we will use is Dryobalanops aromatica. Dryobalanops aromatica, commonly known as Camphor, is a species of plant in the Dipterocarpaceae family. This species was one of the main sources of camphor and attracted early Arab traders to Borneo. at that time worth more than gold, and used for incense and perfumes. It is found in Sumatra, Peninsular Malaysia, and Borneo. It is a large emergent tree, up to 65 meters or even 75 meters tall, found in mixed deep terracarp forests on deep humid yellow sandy soils. It is a heavy hardwood sold under the trade names of kapu. One of our senior has done this same experiment as ours, but his main problem is the medias have been contaminated. As you can see, there's so much mushroom in the jar, in every jar, but the eggplant is still living. So today we're going to make it perfect and right.
Oke guys, hari ini kalian akan membuat rencana ya dan planning untuk besok penanaman Dryobalanops secara stek dan cloning untuk besok ya. Sip? Oke. Jadi dalam proses ini ada beberapa teknik, diantaranya stek dan cloning. Perbedaannya adalah dalam proses stek, tanaman dipotong pada bagian batang, kemudian kita tanam di media. Kemudian yang kedua adalah proses cloning. Pada bagian tunas kita akan potong terus diambil, kemudian ditanam untuk mendapatkan hasil yang serupa dengan induknya. Kita memperbanyak Dryobalanops menggunakan tunas apikal tanaman dan ditanam di media induksi kalus.
Aku mau nanya, kira-kira faktor apa aja sih yang mempengaruhi stek sama cloning?
Nah, faktornya itu ada beberapa. Yang pertama, kita harus perhatiin sterilisasi tanamannya. Ketika proses sterilisasi ada yang salah, nanti bisa terkontaminasi, bisa terkena jamur dan juga bakteri. Kita juga perhatiin media tanam yang kita pakai, karena setiap media tanam punya beberapa perbedaan sendiri dan ada beberapa media yang perlu didukung oleh hormon. Hormon itu juga termasuk faktor loh. Kita harus perhatiin hormon apa yang kita pakai buat cloning.
Makasih Kak. Ya, yuk kerjain bareng. Yuk.
Ayo boleh. We divide the work. I will prepare the tools and materials, and my friend will prepare the experimental steps. So come with me to check the availability of the tools and materials in the lab.
alat-alat yang kemarin udah pada siap belum?
Udah semua? Ada di lab?
Oke.
Oke. First of all, we'll be picking some explants. An explant is basically a part of plant used for plant multiplication. And because we're performing a cloning experiment, we'll be picking a short explant from Dryobalanops tree. We'll pick the ones that are 3 centimeters long. After that, let's prepare the tools and materials. We will be using scalpels, bottles, pretty dishes, and many more. We'll be leaving them in autoclave to sterilize for a while. Let's move on to external sterilization. We'll be soaking them in soap water for 20 minutes, then fungicide for 20 minutes, and then bactericide for 20 minutes. Alright, now let's begin sterilizing and initiation.
So, before we get our hands into the incubator, we must make sure that our hands are sterilized using alcohol. So, after we sterilize our hand, we can get our hands into the incubators and start doing the thing. So, the first step is we must soak the explant in the alcohol liquid for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, we change the liquid using Baclean to clean it up, the fungus and other bacteria. After 3 minutes later, we can start put them in the media. But before we put them in the media, we must wash them using distilled water 4 times. So we wash 4 times for each explant before we put in the bottle. So we put 4 explants for each bottle. After we put the explants in the bottle, we sterilize the bottle again. Then we seal it using a plastic wrap. After that, we can tidy up our incubator inside, and then we can pull out our hands. The difference between me and Yura, I was only doing the cloning, so I just plant the sprout of Dryobalanops into the media jar. But Yura
Was doing a stem cutting, and I used the stem of the Dryobalanops tree and put them in the media. But before I put them in the media, I give the lower part of the stem root on.
Yes, so we did an experiment on cloning Dryobalanops, and hopefully the plants can grow very well.
The success of the experiment can be seen within the next week. It takes time to make sure there is no contamination in there. And the next step that must be done after doing the experiment is to report everything we do in the report. We compile a report starting with problem identification and then explain the solution we have chosen and write down the experimental procedure for our solution. After doing the experiment, we will start writing the analysis and the conclusion that we got. As far as we did the experiment last Wednesday, we have taken the steps according to the existing procedure and have ensured that the selection of hormones media in the sterilization process has been carried out correctly. Oke, laporannya udah selesai nih.
Good, berarti besok kita udah bisa mulai presentasi ya?
Ya.
Selamat pagi.
Pagi, Kak.
Yuk kita mulai presentasinya hari ini ya.
Oke.
Siap Kak? Oke semuanya, please pay attention. This is the learning process that we do at Teknonatura every week, starting from looking for problems and then looking for its solutions, planning the experiments before we do the experiments, and then we do the experiments, gathering all the data, and then write everything in reports. Finally, presenting the project in front of peer group. By doing this, hopefully, the process is internalized and becomes a habit for us. We are trained to be problem solver in our everyday lives.